I'm Cape Jewel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all-the-time, anytime comic book show where we take closer, more in-depth looks at the most happening and going on things in the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, I'm going to be looking at Uncanny Avengers issue number 9. How is the Avengers Unity Squad dealing with the fallout of the standoff event? What crazy new adventures will they go off to? Well, let's jump into the newest issue and find out, shall we? Alrighty then, so as the comic opens up, we check on in with Rogue, who is tracking down Gambit on a job. He's doing your standard Cajun stuff, mainly stealing stolen paintings, so it's not really a crime when he does it. Rogue has come to Gambit because she's still a little freaked out after their run-in with Red Skull when he, made himself look like Gambit by tricking Rogue's mind using Xavier's brain. It was a whole big to-do, and honestly, I thought they had kind of swept that storyline under the rug after Standoff, so it's nice to see them bring it up here and now. The two actually have a nice little chat about the current state of the X-Men, and Remy even mentions the fact that Deadpool is on an Avengers team right now. Rogue, even though she would never say it to his face, actually has to admit that he's come pretty far. After that, Rogue gets a call from the now young Steve Rogers that there is a space object hurtling towards Earth and no other hero can seem to catch it right now, so this looks like a job for her. Now, who could possibly be manning this spacecraft? Well, it's none other than Hank Pym, although as he comes out, we can see he's fully fused with the Ultron robot following the events of Rage of Ultron. Methinks this somewhat new character needs a new name. A Hanktron, Ultra Pym? I'll let you in the comments decide which is better. Of course, Rogue doesn't trust this new guy as far as she can throw him. Yeah, Hank was a hero, but he's wearing Ultron like a suit. A very cool suit, honestly. Hank swears up and down that he's on the level, that he and his creation Ultron are simpatico now for the first time ever, and because of that, he's feeling a lot happier. He just wants to restart his life as an Avenger. From there, we transition on over to Cap, who is back in the field after having his youth returned to him in the fallout of Standoff. He and Deadpool are dealing with a group of armed, homegrown terrorists who have taken over a wildlife sanctuary. I see what you're doing here. You're making a reference to that Oregon thing. Yeah, that's good. Captain America and Deadpool should totally kick their asses. In fact, Deadpool gets probably one of his funniest lines in the entire comic when making fun of these militants. Yeah, fascism, this hibbity-jibbity. When the entire Unity Squad meets up with the new Hanktron, understandably, they have about a million questions. How did this happen? How can we trust you? And honestly, the big question, just how fused is Hank Pym to Ultron? And the answer is really fused, like 90% fused, like there's very little biological left of him. This turn of events also means Steve is going to have to get in touch with Janet the Wasp, Hank's former wife, to tell her everything that's been going on. This is going to be awkward because, they had a eulogy, they grieved for him, and now he's back. While Hanktron certainly seems suspicious, he's not evil. In fact, what he really wants to do now that he's back from the dead and back on Earth is get himself a burger, which Rogue obliges by taking him to the new tourist trap that the former Avengers mansion has been turned into. This, as you might guess, disgusts Hank, who spent so much time there and had so many happy memories of the mansion. As the comic winds down, Hanktron even looks at the statue memorial that they erected in his honor following his supposed death. He's a little depressed at the idea that they just kind of rushed up a statue and didn't even bother to look for him out in space. But he's back now and he says he's here to stay, so he melts the statue using his new Ultron powers. Excessive maybe, but it certainly sends a message as the comic ends. Uncanny Avengers number 9 is a cool little kickoff to what should be a cool story. I never did read Rage of Ultron, but I am interested to see Hank Pym back now in the form that he has taken. Now begins the game of can we trust him, should we trust him, and now that he's back on Earth, what does he really want? Honestly, there's a lot of really interesting places that this story could go, and I hope it has, ripple effects not just in this book, but in the Ant-Man book and the new Avengers book, what with Hank Pym's long-lost daughter showing up there. Also, while his scene was short, I must admit I like how Duggan writes Gambit. They even teased the idea that Gambit could very well join the Uncanny Avengers team at some point. I would be all for that, although maybe someone else should leave first. This team is getting a little packed, especially now that Captain America has his youth back and is an active member in the field again. When will guys like Brother Voodoo have their time? No one one ain't got time for Brother Voodoo. Overall, I would feel comfortable giving this one an 8 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.